Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/shark. Hello, welcome to the Movies, Films, and Flicks podcast. I'm your host, John Lasso. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Mark Hoffmeyer.
My New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating.
When are you get started on that?
Soon.
Yeah.
I just sort of thought about it today.
Yeah. 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 Oh man, I can't believe it's already March. Actually,
Yeah, it's March?
Yeah.
Man, where'd the time go?
I don't know.
Well,
It's just one of those nights, I guess.
Wait, what lampshades?
Yeah.
What about them?
I don't know. Honestly, I think it's just.
I mean, it's a good point.
Well, okay. I think movie-wise, I think we're just in the point of year where just like everyone's just kind of really tired from like award season.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just really need like a really big action, like a blockbuster to just kind of, lift our spirits again.
For sure. And I guess one's coming out soon with Wolverine or Logan.
Logan, Kong, Skull Island is coming out.
Kong, that looks fun, Kong Skull Island. Like, Logan looks like a really serious R-rated blood fest, but Kong looks like a cheeky popcorn flick.
I think, John Goodman, right? Or
yeah, John Goodman, John C. Reilly.
Samuel Jackson.
Brie Larson.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a movie about King Kong. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's like, I guess they bomb at King Kong's island, and he has to fight a bunch of monsters.
Sure.
That island sounds terrible to live on. If I was Kong, I would move.
So you would never take a vacation to Skull Island?
I mean, why would you want to live in a place where you have to battle monsters constantly?
Well, maybe it was like the one place in the world where beachfront property is very affordable.
Yeah, you could probably get a cheap timeshare.
Sure. It's very cheap, but you have to deal with like monsters and roving like militias, like trying to take down the monsters. So, but other than that, it's beautiful.
I never understand why humans want to like attack giant creatures. It never ends well.
I don't know, but it makes for a very entertaining movie.
And it features a palm tree as a spear. I've never seen a helicopter speared by a palm tree.
Yeah.
Have you?
Not yet. It'll happen one day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then we'll be like, we called it here in Movies, Films, and Flicks.
Yeah, it'll be a video.
Yeah.
Since co-host Levingood here, he probably goes to a restaurant. They can't give him a fifth burger. He just goes outside and throws a palm tree.
Oh, sorry, sir. You've reached your burger limit for today.
Yep. And then he would just freak out.
Ugh.
Throw a palm tree.
Yeah. All right. I think now's a good time to start the podcast like we usually do with listener questions. Mark, I think you have listener questions for us this week.
Yeah. I don't know if you want me to tell this, but before we start the podcast, so it's just Lazvath and I tonight. Lazvath is like, you have the questions tonight, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah. What do you mean it doesn't happen?
So due to we kind of have like a crazy travel schedule going on right now. And so, we kind of had to haphazardly record tonight, even though it's going to be great. And I didn't have too many questions in the hopper. So I reached out to a longtime listener named Sean, and I just sent out a quick text message. I'm like, hey, let me have 2 questions for the podcast. And he sent out 3 questions, but I took his first 2. and you're going to see why in a second, Lazaroff. So his first question after I sent him, can you send me 2 questions for the podcast tonight? His first question was, does a question have to be topical?
I don't think it's ever topical. And neither is the answer.
Yeah. So, like, I think if you're topical, we've done that before, but it deflects from randomness.
Yeah. Which is against the point.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we're kind of like guiding you in a direction, but we want you to just kind of spit out whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, does the question have to be topical? I don't want to give an answer to that.
So wait, is this the first question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
he had another one, but I said 2 questions and he gave me 2.
All right. So does the listener question have to be topical? You mean like a cream?
Wait, this like that? This sort of lathers us up and like soaks in.
Yeah. Like maybe you it's like you have a skin condition, you just slather on movies, films, and flicks lotion.
MFF topical lotion.
Yeah, available over the counter.
I mean, I don't want to give an answer, right?
Does it have to be topical? No, it doesn't have to be topical.
But yes, it could be.
It could be.
If it comes to your head immediately.
You know what's funny is that, like, even if it was topical, we would find a way not to make it topical.
So basically, you could just do whatever question you want.
Sure, because you'll never get the answer you want.
And normally it's about movies, but I asked him for 2 questions, and this was the first one he gave me. So being a true MFF style, I just used this one.
Right.
Like,
I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Like, we live in very politicized times at the moment, so topical questions can become kind of slanted one way, and even if the question is about movies, like any topical question, like there's always that risk. So I don't know, maybe I don't want it to be topical.
All right, let's do a test.
All right,
give me the first question that comes out of your head about movies right now.
That's topical?
Yeah, anything.
Why did Matt Damon do make the Great Wall?
Perfect.
Okay.
Now, let's say we're talking about, we're talking about Citizen Kane, and you need a topical question. Go now.
Topical question about Citizen Kane?
Yeah.
Does Citizen Kane, do the themes of Citizen Kane apply today? Are they more relevant today?
See, I like the first one better.
Yeah.
Because it was free form.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that could lead us into a discussion about Damon's ponytail.
Yeah, whereas like the second question is just like there's a very narrow focus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe we shouldn't make it topical.
Maybe I shouldn't tell people what the topic is.
Or maybe just don't even tell them what you're doing.
Yeah.
I just need 2 questions.
Give me 2 questions. About what? Movies?
Anything.
I like it. This like ambush questions.
Right.
Because then if we get into a habit of taking really weird and random questions, people are going to really put in a lot of deep thought into coming up with really weird and offbeat questions. Right?
Yeah. But sometimes those are really hard to answer.
Yeah. And when you try hard, like it just doesn't work. It's better just freeform.
Sure.
Like the biggest post on movies, films, and flicks that I've ever had, I've kind of come up with and written over a weekend. Not like but the posts that I put like a month's work into, that they do well, but they don't do nearly as well as like the ones I just went, aha. Right?
Yeah. Interesting.
I like it. So, do the questions have to be topical? Whatever.
Exactly.
Do your thing. Be you. Think for yourself. Don't be a sheep.
Be like Matt Damon and grow out a man bun and save the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, by the time you're done thinking about a topical question, you could have already had a ponytail.
Sure. I think that's the final answer. Matt Damon's man bun.
Yep. Perfect.
Awesome. All right. So, all right. That's just one question, and then we'll come to the second question later.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. So today's topic is, it's about two movies that are currently in the spotlight. I guess the topic is topical.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I did? No.
And you mentioned the Best Picture winner from last year, too.
Yeah. All right, so I know I just got done saying, like, oh, man, I'm just so tired of watching, like, all these award-winning movies. But now we're going to talk about some award-winning movies. Specifically, Manchester by the Sea and La La Land. Two very good movies, but also very different in terms of tone and just man, one makes you feel really good and one makes you feel like complete crap. Like, holy crap.
See, you're talking about La La Land makes you feel like crap.
Oh, yeah.
And then Manchester is kind of uplifting.
Oh, yeah. It's just a barrel of laughs. Manchester by the Sea and La La Land, two very acclaimed movies from like this past award season. I think, let's get started with Manchester by the Sea. It's Casey Affleck starrer. It's
Kenneth Lonergan directed, who also did Margaret and You Can Count on Me. The dude's brilliant.
Yeah. Matt Damon produced it. He was originally supposed to star in it, but he
wanted to grow a man bun, and Kenneth Lonergan's like, no. And then he was like, well, I'm gonna go off to China and make a movie about a wall. You can have Casey Affleck.
And look look how that decision paid off. Although he probably did get a huge paycheck. Seriously. But yeah, Manchester by the Sea, it's a drama in every sense of the word. It's very bleak, but
it's never manipulative.
No, it's not. I wouldn't classify this movie as Oscar bait, for sure. It genuinely earns like all the. It genuinely earns its depression. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, there's no fake out tropes. Yeah. There's no Patch Adams.
Sure.
Is in it. The death in this film is like what sparks everything. It's not like the deaths.
Let's go back to the story. So Casey Affleck plays forgot the character's name.
Boston Lager.
Yeah, Boston Lager. Basically, his brother dies, and he has to go back to his hometown, Manchester, to kind of help his nephew. Just kind of, with all the things that you do when a parent dies, just like kind of takes care of the kid for a while until they get everything sorted out. And the movie is just kind of, it's very much a character study. It's a very depressing character study. I think that's the best way to put it, right?
Yeah, and I tell you though, it's very bleak, it's very sad, but it's so good. Like it's almost like it's like thrillingly sad because it's so good.
What makes it okay? So we know why it's so sad because Casey Affleck's character just goes through a ton of crap, like a ton of crap. Like it's almost.
Do you want to do spoilers here?
Oh yeah. Spoilers.
Okay, good.
All right. Well,
so,
obviously
do you
the brother
bust
dies.
Out the spoilers.
Yeah. So obviously the brother dies. His brother dies, and you see his brother, played by Kyle Chandler, do flashbacks, and it's like they had a very close relationship. I think his brother died suddenly of a heart condition. If I remember correctly.
Yep.
So yeah. And then you find out at one point he was married. He had a couple kids too.
Yeah, Casey Affleck or Lee Chandler.
Yeah. But man, he ends up losing his kids in a house fire. Right?
Yeah. So his kids. He goes out to get some groceries, like diapers, and like food for his kids.
Yeah.
And he forgets to close the
furnace.
The furnace downstairs. A little fire rolls out of something rolls out. His house catches on fire. His wife gets out of the house, but the two kids sense something in the, it's an old house.
Mm-hmm.
So the two kids burn. So he ends up leaving town and he becomes a maintenance man in Boston.
Right.
And then he has to come back to Manchester where all the worst things have ever happened to him. And he has to take care of his nephew while dealing with the townsfolk and his ex-wife, played by the amazing Michelle Williams.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. Like one of the most common things I read and a bunch of reviews I read for this movie is that the area of New England itself was very much a character in this movie. Mm-hmm. It really added to the kind of the bleak nature of the movie. Like
just cold.
It was just cold. It was very much a working class, blue collar kind of vibe throughout the movie. And I guess in that part of New England, it's very, very, very much blue collar. You know, you don't see like a lot of fancy houses or fancy cars. Like it's just a working man's neighborhood or working man's world.
Would you say it's blue chowder?
Blue chowder, yeah.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. No, yeah, but I think it's just this director, just the way he works, and he's a playwright. And he actually won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for this film. And I don't know, like, there's not much expository dialogue. I think there's one of the best scenes of the year between Michelle Williams and Casey Affleck, where she basically says that she just blamed him from everything and treated him terribly. And like, I think it kind of breaks down this guy's grief and what he's gone through and how he just sort of shelled up in himself. But like Casey Affleck's performance, and this is gonna sound weird, but like, he had some sexual abuse allegations while he's working on I'm Still Here. So this movie has like made his profile worse, I think, and everyone was kind of pissed he lost to Denzel, because of all of his past. But as far as performances go, like I bought into this 100%. This was not an easy performance. Like a lot of people are like, he didn't say much, but like this seems like a really tough role to inhabit, don't you think?
Yeah, it was just like it wasn't an easy role, but I think what made his performance so brilliant is that he never made it over the top. I think Lee Chandler was just like he was just a guy trying to cope with everything, and he just didn't know how to deal with it. Like a lot of his emotions felt kind of muted. You know, it's just like it felt like he was dead on the inside, and it just felt perfect for the character and the story. Right?
Yeah, and like he has 100% to feel dead inside, this character. And it's just amazing that he keeps on going. And the fact that he can like get out of bed is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man.
He's not like in jail. He beat up those two business guys.
Yeah. Oh man. It's just
I'd hate to have a drunk Casey Affleck attacking me in a bar.
No, because he's a pretty scrappy dude.
He seems like a little pit bull. He's wiry.
Like he hits stronger than you would think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, whoa, where'd that come from? But the thing is, like, sober, like he doesn't punch as hard for some reason.
Yeah, you're right. He's not thinking about it. It's like our questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, when I was watching this movie, I'm just like, it just felt like I was just getting hit in the face with like just with like a pillowcase full of depression.
If this was a 4D experience, like there'd be a usher next to you hitting you in the face with a pillow.
Yeah, I was just like, ugh. But here's the thing, like we mentioned earlier, none of it was manipulative. Like it all felt very realistic. Like I was thinking to myself during the movie, like, yeah, I think this is pretty much how I would react if I was in that situation. Mm-hmm. I think that goes for a lot of people I know as well. And it's just like, yeah, none of it ever felt like it was just him hamming it up, just trying to win an Oscar. Like it was just like he was doing like a very naturalistic, like portrayal of depression. Like there's something very beautiful about that.
Yeah, I don't think it was insulting to any of that. And also, I've always thought Casey Affleck was like a really good actor. I watched, let's see, I don't know. He's been great in a bunch of roles, but I watched that movie, The Killer Inside Me,
Yeah.
and Ain't Them Body Saints. Like the dude can act. And I think this role was perfect. Like, I think it was more perfectly tailored to him than Matt Damon.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. I think it was just a case of finding the right actor with the right script.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but the depression felt weird. He wasn't like mean mugging depression. Like, Jim Carrey in The Majestic. Like, there's some actors who play sad sack or like play it broad.
No, Casey Affleck made it kind of narrow. It's just like he went the other direction. Like, it was very kind of subtle.
And I want to see what you think about this. So I love that movie Hunt for the Wilder People, but there's a death in that film that is basically like, it's not like really organic to the story. It's like a device to move the story forward.
Yeah.
Now I love that movie, but that sort of felt a little manipulative to me.
Sure.
Right. But this didn't, I don't know. I guess if you explain this movie to someone, they'd be like, gross. But like, right. But it
it's
kind of
Oscar bait.
And like much like Moonlight, which is like amazing. Like if you explain Moonlight to someone, they're like, I don't want to watch that. But like they're both these movies you think are like Oscar bait, but they just managed to transcend whatever they were.
Sure.
So,
well, I think we're focusing a lot on the kind of depression portrayal of the character, rightly so. But like, there's a lot of moments where like, Casey Affleck portrays Lee Chandler as a very caring guy. Like, I remember that one scene where his nephew just freaks out when like the frozen chicken breasts fall out. And the reason why he's freaking out is because like due to the weather, like they can't bury his father like right away. Like they had to put him in the freezer until the ground starts to thaw a little bit. And so like he just didn't like the idea of his dad sitting in the freezer. So when like the chicken falls out of the freezer, he just starts breaking down, crying. And Casey or Lee Chandler is just like trying his best to console him. I'm just like, hey, don't cry. And like, he's not very good at it, but you can tell that he's trying. And then, later on, like, the nephew, like, who was really good in this movie, by the way. I really love this character, but like,
oh yeah.
But yeah, like, he was just like in a room, like, he had the door locked, and Casey and like Lee Chandler's like, just bust through that door, Terminator style. Like, I don't think you should, like, don't close this door.
Yeah.
Like, that was a pretty awesome scene.
And like, no, and he cared, and he liked the kid too. He knew that like he couldn't stay in the town, but he's going to be a part of that kid's life. He actually got the apartment with like an extra room. Like I think, and he has no reason to be in that town.
Sure.
Right? Like, would you want to stay there?
No.
I like that. Like, he didn't imagine there was no big speech that made him stay. Like, he got the kid set up. The kid had a good thing going, and then he said, "Hey, come visit me whenever you want."
Sure.
And also, that drummer was pretty terrible.
Oh yeah. Well, that band wasn't all that great, really. Just in general.
Yeah. So the kid Patrick, played by Lucas Hedges, the young kid, he's in a band, and they always hate on that poor drummer.
Yeah.
So the kid's always off. So like, I don't know. I just love that in a movie about all this hurt and depression. Like, they take the time to really bag on some drummer.
Oh, speaking of which, there's another great scene that I love when Patrick goes to visit his mom, and I think it was like her husband or her boyfriend, played by Matthew Broderick.
Oh yeah,
it was a very very conservative religious family, and Patrick just didn't really grow up in that environment because I guess earlier in Patrick's life, his mother was an alcoholic. His mother like has reformed her ways, like she's a Christian now, but like it's very awkward for Patrick because like he's just not used to seeing his mom like that. Like that whole scene was very awkward. Like it was just like, ooh, like I was depressed before, but now I'm just awkward. I'm like, oh man, what else are you gonna do to me?
Yeah, and that was really squirrely with Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. For some reason, I just laughed when I saw Matthew Broderick come on screen. I'm like, oh, nice.
Yeah, and he was in that movie Margaret, which if you haven't watched, it was made, I believe, in like I don't know, 2010 or 2009. It didn't get released till 2013. It sat on the shelves for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's good. It's written by the same guy,
Sure.
Kenneth Lonergan. So if you ever get a chance, Margaret, watch it.
What'd you think of the ending for Manchester by the Sea?
I loved it. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, like we mentioned all night, it was not very manipulative at all. It felt like a very natural conclusion of what his character would do. Like he just knew, like he just cannot stay in that town, take care of the kid, but he just did his best to come up with a solution that worked out.
And there's no big speeches. He didn't stay. You know, and the entire hockey arena didn't get up and clap for him. Yeah. Like a lot of people felt uncomfortable with him around. Like when he went to apply for jobs, people are like, "Don't bring him in." And he got into like some pretty big fights in the town. Like, and it just wasn't doing anyone favors. But I like that he realized that.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I really appreciate this movie, not because it just made me depressed, or not because Casey Affleck did an amazing job. I just appreciate the fact that the movie kind of let its characters just kind of exist in their own space. It gave them time to explore, you know, their feelings and emotions in a very human way. You know, like it wasn't like nothing was like turned up to 11. Just for the sake of like the pace of the movie. Like the characters were just allowed to move at their own pace. Mm-hmm. If that makes any sense.
And like they all sort of like humanize themselves. Like at first you thought like, you know, you don't know why he left Michelle Williams, but when she kind of breaks it down and says how terrible she was to him, and then she was apologizing and saying she still loved him. Like that's just,
no.
Oh man, I guess that was pretty heartbreaking. Yeah. Well, it's heartbreaking, but see, I don't know. It's hard. It's like a good heartbreaking. Yeah. Does that make sense?
You know, it's a beautiful movie. I definitely recommend it, but honestly, I don't know if I'm ever going to watch it again.
Yeah. And you know what, though? It's not Oscar bait either.
No, it's not. It's just a really well done, beautiful movie. It's a very human movie. And I never want to watch it again.
It's like holy crap.
Yeah. It's my Lincoln. It's my Zodiac. Like, they're all very good movies, but I just can't watch them again. I just can't.
So with all like the hype around Casey Affleck right now, or like the dislike around him, like, you know, no one clapped. Like Brie Larson refused to clap when he got the award and everything. Do you think people should just, you know, think people can watch the movie as is now, or do you think they're going to kind of equate that?
I mean, I'm not like advocating, you know, what did or didn't happen with him.
Yeah.
But I say just don't let that stop you from seeing the movie, because honestly, it's not just Casey Affleck; it's everybody else in that movie that really made it great. It's just if you can separate yourself, like if you can separate the actor from the character, then I don't think it's a problem to watch that movie and enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, and plus everything else, just the writing. It won an Oscar for a good reason.
Sure. I don't know, man. Like that's very loaded. That's a very loaded issue. Like it's very topical.
Yeah. Very topical. We should stay away from it.
Oh, all right. Since we're getting topical, I think now's a good time to take a break then.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hey, podcast fans. I'm Jonathan, and I'm here to talk to you about an exciting new podcast called Top 5. It's brought to you by Shark Dropper. Can you think of anything and everything that you want to count it down, anywhere from shitty cereals to worst bands ever to top 5 athletes, maybe even the top 5 movies? Well, guess what? We count it down from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 6. No, I'm just kidding. We count it down to 1 every time, every week. Shark Dropper Studios, sharkdropper.com.
Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. That was a very, very good non-topical break that we took.
Yeah, we talked about nothing on topic.
Sure, we talked about the 1971 World Series.
Yeah.
We talked about the Hindenburg explosion.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
No. And then we talked about the fall of Rome.
Yeah.
So,
It didn't happen in a day.
Yeah, nothing topical. So
Nothing.
it was a good break.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of staying off topic, I think it's time for another listener question.
And so this is a real one. And this one again is from Sean, and he asked, name a scene from a movie that you feel tries to sell you a BS outcome. Example, did Jerry Maguire really deserve to be fired? Or would Glenn Close's character in The Big Chill really encourage her husband to help her friend have a baby by sleeping with her?
Wait, so I'm kind of confused. Like, he wasn't talking like about trailer scenes, right? Like, just
No, I guess he's just kind of talking about movies that like a scene that just had a crappy outcome. Like for me, like there's a couple things that came to mind.
Okay.
Like so in Dark Knight Rises, right? Bruce Wayne has a broken back, and a dude just punches him, and then he kind of just goes, "All right," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is such like a serious movie, and he just gets walloped in the back, or like in Batman vs Superman. The Martha bit, like this massive, the scene, did Jerry like really need to get fired? He just wrote a memorandum. I like Googled it and they're like, yeah, he probably wouldn't have been fired for this.
Yeah.
So are there any movie scenes that you can think of that just kind of have like a BS ending?
Well, I don't know if this was the spirit and intent of the question. But I want to talk about Be Kind, Rewind a little bit. That movie with Jack Black and Mos Def.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
yeah,
the movie was about these two video store workers who just like obviously VHS was going out of style, but in order to quote unquote save the video store, they had to had to remake crucial scenes of classic movies like The Lion King. Do the Right Thing, movies like that, Ghostbusters. And it's just like, I kind of wanted the movie to just kind of be all about that, but the movie became like kind of took like a different turn than that. I don't know if you remember watching Be Kind, Rewind.
Yeah, I just remember everyone sort of rallying around him, right?
Yeah, it was just kind of, it had a very sad ending.
Or am I wrong?
Yeah, like the ending of the movie, like it was kind of sad, but they were all gathering together. But like, I don't know, the movie was just kind of, it felt weird. Like I wanted to watch this movie about like the remake of classic movie scenes, but then I watched it. I'm just like, man, I don't know if I wanted to watch this movie. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And like, I was actually thinking about a movie too that like really bothered me with like the execution. It was that movie Hall Pass that like is just so stupid. It's about these two idiots who have like great wives, but then they get restless and they want to have a hall pass.
Yeah.
And then at the end they get back with their wives. I'm like, these guys are idiots. Like none of this was earned.
It's no Casey Affleck in
movie.
Manchester by the Sea.
There's only one part in that movie that I remember. Yeah, and like, there's only one scene that's burned in my memory. Have you seen Hall Pass?
No.
All right, so there's a scene where this guy, I think Owen Wilson's trying to like cheat on his wife, and so he's with this girl, but she's like in the bathroom, and she's like leaning on, like projectile shits all over the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're talking like a t-shirt cannon shooting it.
Oh.
And I didn't see it coming. I'm like, what just happened? Like, I mean, it was terrible. Like, I can't believe someone actually made that. But that's the only part that like I really sticks out in my memory.
Sure.
But it just felt fake. Like these guys were a bunch of douches, and then like their wives go to cheat on them. And it's just such like a stupid, saccharine movie. And like I guess there's a lot of romantic comedies that have these stupid scenes that kind of get played. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess the question was asking for any movies with specific scenes, but it's just, I don't know if we really, I couldn't think of any specific scenes that really just kind of missold the movie.
That rang like disingenuous.
Yeah.
I'm trying. This is tough. He put a lot of thought into this one.
Sure.
And when people do that, they give us trouble.
Because we don't put a lot of thought in our answers.
I mean, I do. I definitely research these, but I was like looking all over the internet, and like most of the things I could find were like movie scenes that wreck great movies.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I thought about a few, and then I guess the end of La La Land sort of annoyed me and didn't feel earned.
Sure. Well, speaking of La La Land.
Oh, I just John Stockton you?
Yeah. That's good to segue into our next movie. Mark, I think you already introduced it. Do you want to introduce La La Land to the audience?
Yeah, La La Land is the Best Picture winner. Oh, wait.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, so
card.
La La Land is a musical about a man who wants to bring back jazz and a woman who wants to become an actress. The two of them meet. They fall in love. Spoiler, they break up. They meet each other 5 years later. They're both living their own lives. They have a flashback about what if, and then the movie ends.
So my first reaction when I saw this movie was that I really liked it. I mean, I still do like it, but not as much as I did. I think what struck me the most when I first saw it is that, well, even though it's a musical, I enjoyed it, and I really don't like musicals most of the time. So I gave it like a lot of credit for that. But like, you know, in the weeks since I've seen it, I just kept thinking about the movie. I'm just like, well, actually, I didn't like this. I didn't like that. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I really liked it as much as I thought I did. You know, it's like, it's a good thing that a movie makes you think, like, you know, after you've seen it. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, the more I've had a chance to think about it, the more it loses its veneer. You know, it's just not as it's not that shiny, glamorous type of twinkling starlit movie that it's sold to be.
Yeah, and people love this film. Like, people absolutely love it. But, you know, I get that. I kind of like that Gosling and Emma Stone did all their own dancing and singing. I really respect that. And I kind of like that they went for it. That didn't bother me. They didn't really need professionals. It's just like this in the movie Whiplash. It just felt kind of empty, man. Like what do we even know about Emma Stone's character? Yeah. Like, what do you know about her? She was like an actress, right?
She was up and coming, struggling actress trying to make it big. She was just chasing her dream. And
working at a coffee shop is horrible. So basically insulted every person who works at a coffee shop.
Sure. She's maybe a little bit naive in some parts of the world, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of normal for a girl her age, or at least a character her age. Then you have Ryan Gosling, who's kind of like the older guy, but he's still like also like a struggling artist chasing his dreams.
He doesn't have to be a struggling artist. He just wants to save jazz.
Yeah. I guess his dream is to kind of resurrect jazz to its former glory.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. There's like, I don't know. So I guess they meet. They have a meet cute. He kind of is a jerk to her. Then later on, he's in an '80s cover band, and she dances unnecessarily to it like a manic pixie.
Can I say how hilarious that was? Like
you
the
like that?
The whole time he was holding the synthesizer when he was talking to her.
Yeah. Like, and then they kind of fall in love, and then he eventually. Well, like, she has that conversation with her parents about how he's like not really doing anything. So then he sells out and becomes part of the keyboardist in like a fusion jazz band.
Right.
And then Emma Stone comes and watches him play, and she acts horrified. She like runs away, and then she does a one-woman show about a window. He doesn't show up.
Yeah.
And then she sings a song, gets a role, marries the guy from That Thing You Do, which made me really happy. And then 5 years later, she goes to his club. They see each other, and then they have this whole stupid what if. I don't know, man. Like, this movie like didn't affect me because I don't really wonder about what ifs.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Like, I don't know. Do you do what ifs? I just kind of do. I don't want to do that again.
I actually think about what ifs all the time.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, but that's
like,
just,
what if you had that burger instead of the cheeseburger?
Yeah, actually. But yeah, I don't know. Like, well, okay. Before we get to the ending, I wanted to talk about the kind of the old school feel of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I actually liked the fact that it was kind of a throwback to kind of old school Hollywood. Like, even the way the movie started, like, it was just something you see like out of an old school musical from back in the day.
Yeah.
It had like a. I mean, it's set in modern day LA, but it's just the aesthetic and just kind of the filmmaking kind of processes that were used. It was just like it felt very old school, and I really, really appreciated that.
Oh, I mean, the cinematographer deserved the Oscar. Damien Chazelle, the director, he did a fantastic. I think it's a good movie. I guess I'm just kind of rebelling against everyone talking about that's like the greatest thing ever. When to me, it just sort of felt like empty calories. Like It was glossy, it was pretty, it was nice, but it was all empty calories. I think people just love Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone together.
Sure. Do you think like because like the movie was it just? Do you think the reason why it just felt like empty calories is because like it didn't seem like a very realistic relationship between the two?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh no, I guess that's it's not supposed to be realistic. I know, like it's not
supposed to be like they sort of fall in love, then pursue their dreams instead, like their ambitions, and then it costs them their relationship.
Yeah, like the movie's really about like just them like chasing their own like respective dreams, but then you have them like be in a relationship, and that's just kind of it becomes like the main focus of the movie. It just kind of. I don't know. Like I feel like it kind of detracted a little bit, but
and then there's a bunch of montages.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's kind of hard for me to review this movie because I'm just not like a big musical aficionado, so I feel like I'm out of my depth here when I'm talking about this movie. But I know that I enjoyed it more than I would like most musicals, but I still don't really. It still didn't really do much for me. You know?
And this is gonna sound weird and petty, but like I thought the songs in this film were catchy, but they're not like I don't know. I wasn't that like Sing Street has much better music.
Oh yeah,
like Moana, like those like Lin-Manuel Miranda, like those are the really good musicals. I don't know. I guess just the people. I feel like Deadpool and La La Land fans were the worst 2016 movie fans of the year.
Oh man,
like basically, so many Deadpool fans are like, it should have been nominated for an Oscar, right? And so many La La fans are like, like, did you watch that SNL skit with Aziz Ansari?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's perfect. Like, he just didn't really like it, and he got put in jail. And then my favorite part of that skit, though, that he's like, I don't know, I like Moonlight better. And then the two cops are like, oh, yeah, great movie. Very important, very important. Have
you seen it yet? No.
No, we haven't. I have a thing. And she's like, going and watching it would be like a whole ordeal. So, like, I don't know. I guess it's all that, I don't know. And, like, I just felt like there were better movies. There's better performances. And I just didn't want something so... To me, that felt empty win. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like a grumpy 34-year-old man, but who's worked in the film industry for a long time. And like all the film sets on that movie, like it pissed me off because that's not how really things are run.
Oh, when they showed the film sets?
Like like when they were walking around, like, and there's that scene in the garden. Like, it's never like that. And actually, on most movies, the way they show movies being like people are making movies of people making movies, and it's terribly unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's a nitpick.
So people aren't just randomly walking like on set, like behind the directors.
And like everyone has like these stupid BK headsets as opposed to like the surveillance that everyone wears. Like for some reason, everyone's carrying a clipboard, and for some reason on movie sets, like lights are always being rolled everywhere. Like, it's just not like, it's just, I don't know. It's just extras pushing lights. I hope they got the crew to do it at least. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm a big bah humbug for not liking this movie. But Helen O'Hara from Empire magazine, like the best movie magazine in the world, she's kind of like, she's not really that big of a fan of it. I don't know. It's not. I just don't think it's that good. I think it's very good. It's well made.
This could be the cynical part of me talking, but I think the reason why the movie got as much traction as it did is because it's a movie about Hollywood. Like, Hollywood loves movies about Hollywood. You know? Like The Artist, Argo, right?
Jeez Louise.
If this movie was set in like Ohio, like would it still get like the same amount of like of acclaim? Maybe, but I don't think it would have gotten nominated for as many awards. You know?
Yeah, no, you're right. And I kept joking around. I kept saying that Manchester by the Sea and Moonlight should have been about filmmakers.
Yeah, like
Casey Affleck's like a director, and then the other guy becomes like an actor in Moonlight, and then they make movies.
I also want to point out that another musical that I liked a lot. You mentioned earlier is Sing Street.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely not a musical set in Hollywood. It's set in Dublin, Ireland during the 1980s. It's about as far away from Hollywood as you can get. But I thought it was an amazing movie.
Yeah, and there was hope to it. There was like melancholy. There was youth. There was like naivety.
I mean, you can argue that it really dealt with the same themes of just like chasing your dreams, right?
Yeah, but it was pure with these guys. They wanted to get out.
Yeah, it was. I just speaking as a guy who doesn't really watch musicals or really enjoy them all that much. I felt like Sing Street was an amazing movie, regardless of whether or not it's a musical, and I felt like it's a way better movie than La La Land.
Yeah, and like. In the end, she becomes a famous actress, right? Who has a lot of what ifs, and then Ryan Gosling saves jazz.
Whereas in Sing Street, it's just like these kids are like, they're getting in this boat to London, but you don't really know what's going to happen to them.
They could die before they get to London. That water looks so choppy.
Yeah. Oh, plus the music was way better in Sing Street. Way better.
I guess sometimes it's the Oscars. And so that's definitely informing and they're not real. The Oscars aren't real.
No.
But the fact that La La Land was going to win everything and the fans were just so like belligerent. And if you didn't like it, you get arrested. I guess that kind of led to like my whole, like, if I had to give the movie a review, I would give it like a fresh rating.
Yeah. You know? It deserves like its fresh rating.
Yeah.
On Rotten Tomatoes.
But it's not Manchester by the Sea. It's not Moonlight. It's not Sing Street. It's not Hunt for the Wilder People. It's not, I don't know. It's just.
It's like those movies are top tier. La La Land is like kind of at the top of the tier below, you know?
Yeah. But everyone's like elevating it. I think just people, I'm telling you, I read this AV Club article that was brilliant where the two, like, they had like a kind of a round table about why people liked it. And a lot of the people liked it had like a lot of what ifs in their life. And then the dude who didn't like it was like, I don't know, man, I'm happy. Like, I don't know. I can't say that for everyone. But it just seems like this resonates to people who have like a lot of what ifs. And I do like the chasing your dreams and everything. But I don't know. I worked in film for a long time and traveled, and my wife and I made it work. Like, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. He had to save jazz.
Sure.
And then like the one woman show that 12 people see that makes her a famous actress. I don't know. It all seemed too easy.
I think you just hit on something. Like everything just seemed very convenient. You know,
very convenient. Like he gets a call from John Legend and he's in a famous band.
Yeah.
And like I don't get why Emma Stone like recoiled when he became mainstream. When she became mainstream, like isn't becoming a famous actress like the most mainstream thing you could do?
Usually, yeah.
I mean, I guess it's not the most mainstream, but like, yeah, I don't know. So for me, I don't know. It just, I think people just like Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone together. They could be in a sequel. They could star in End of Watch, and I don't know. I can't think of any other movies that are like the opposite of that. It could be in Lockout, and it would be nominated for Best Picture.
Sure.
Tron Uprising. Unforgiven.
I will say that it's kind of poetic how La La Land was originally announced as the Best Picture winner, but then like it got taken away from them, and it's just like it's very much like the ending of the movie, where it's just like you see the happy ending, but then it goes back to reality.
Yeah, what if?
What if? It's just like, oh wow, like that's actually like a perfect way to kind of not give the award to La La Land.
Yep.
Right.
And like you could watch the final 2.5 minutes of La La Land, and you could see the whole thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah, it's just a recap of everything that happened.
Yeah. So you watch the movie, you get a recap, and then she walks away. Like her husband seemed pretty cool. He was like down to go into random clubs and get a drink.
Yeah.
You know, that's respect. And the dude's from That Thing You Do, which made me kind of happy.
Yeah.
I know I said that, but when was the last time we saw Tom Everett Scott in a movie?
Without looking at IMDb, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I kind of like the scenes with J.K. Simmons, where he refused to play Christmas music.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, I guess the consensus for La La Land is it's a good movie, but don't feel like you need to watch it. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like everyone's like, are going to think we're crazy, but
if you're flipping through your channels one day and it just happens to be playing on HBO, it wouldn't be a bad waste of time.
Yeah, there we go.
Sure.
And it's well made. It has some like dancing, which I don't mind. I don't mind a good musical, man. Like Moulin Rouge, the old classics. Like,
I don't know. Like, if you're in the mood for a really good musical, I'd recommend Sing Street over La La Land.
Yeah, and like I get what they were trying to say at the end about pursuing your dreams, but it just felt so simple. Everything was like handed to you in like a little nice bow.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just I don't know. Maybe that's I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, Manchester by the Sea. The consensus for that was it's a very depressing movie.
But see, I still think I didn't walk out depressed. I walked out like exhilarated, like that. I just watched a piece of art.
Yeah. But are you gonna watch it again?
I'd watch it again.
I wouldn't. I just can't.
Like I watched that movie, The Wailing, and I felt incredibly depressed, like a South Korean horror film. Like with this one, I didn't feel wore out. I just felt like I watched good art.
You know what movie made me really, really depressed when I watched it for the first time?
Swim fan?
No. X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, brother.
Oh, man. I remember walking out of the theater. I'm just like, wow. They totally just messed up a great idea for a movie and just made that.
You know what's funny is when I taught public speaking at Florida State, I used to tell my students about the Wolverine effect. And I really liked the first like 15 minutes of that movie where they're going through like World War I, World War II, like Vietnam. Like that kind of had me on like this high. I was like, this is really cool. And then Ryan Reynolds was like talking about Deadpool. And I really liked the beginning, but then it got horrible. But it took me like 45 minutes to notice because I liked the beginning so much.
Yeah.
So I told my students, I'm like, listen, if you got to focus on something, focus on a really strong beginning because it'll take a couple minutes for people to catch up realizing that like the rest of it's bad. But like Wolverine was terrible. It just got progressively worse and worse and worse.
I was the same way. I'm like, man, I'm really digging like this movie. And then like when the credits start rolling, I'm like, oh man, I just want to cry. Like what happened?
Yeah.
What happened to that movie? You think Casey Affleck watched...
I don't know. This is gonna sound after. Oh, Casey Affleck should have been Wolverine.
No, you think Casey Affleck watched X-Men's Origins Wolverine for inspiration?
I do. I think he just watched.
Do you think like Casey Affleck the whole time he was thinking about scenes from X-Men Origins? Like, is that why he looks so sad?
Yeah, he was thinking about the Blob scene, and then he was thinking about Deadpool when they were fighting on like a nuclear reactor.
It's like during that scene where Michelle Williams is like just opening up to him, like the whole time he's thinking about like, oh, they sewed Ryan Reynolds' mouth shut.
Yeah, and then he got that's I. You know what? Inside the actor studio, we're gonna ask that question.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we sign off, are there any plugs you want to make, Mark?
Yeah, had the Movies from the Flicks on iTunes. Rate, review, subscribe, send us questions. Also, check out the LAM, the Large Association of Movie Blogs, and Shark Dropper, best podcast on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. Check out, I don't know, lalaland.com. I think that's a website. ManchesterbyTheSea.com.
Yeah.
I think that's also a website.
Yeah, probably.
Sure. And check out, actually, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Actually. All right. That does it for a podcast. I guess watch both Manchester by the Sea and La La Land.
And Sing Street.
Oh, definitely Sing Street. Actually, just watch Sing Street.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Swim Fan.
Yes. Or not Swim Fan.
Just buy Swim Fan and don't watch it.
Definitely don't watch X-Men Origins.
You know, I almost DVR'd Swim Fan just to keep it on my DVR and not watch it.
Oh, wow. That's dedication.
Yeah.
All right. For my co-host, Mark Hoffman.
Sing Street. Drive it like you stole it.
I'm your host, John Lawson. Thank you so much for listening, and see you guys next time.
We're above the target. T-minus 5 seconds till shark drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the shark! Go! 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 This podcast is a Shark Dropper Studios production.